guys, it's Miss Delcambre. Today's September 1st, Tuesday, and this is what you missed. So you will need your journal, scissors, glue, pencil, and your 3.4 notes, which is on dividing mixed numbers. What we did was a quick homework check. We went over our mixed numbers, dividing mixed numbers notes. And then if you had any questions, and then for your homework is 3-4 dividing mixed numbers, evens only computation. So don't worry about the word problems on that one. So let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and share. Here we go. So you need to cut out your notes, and this is the only thing you need for your notes today. So that's why you need scissors. This is the only part that you'll need for your notes. All the other stuff, we're going to write it down because I'm going to show you a quicker way instead of all that wordage to help you remember. So you'll need that. Okay. In your journal, we're at 3-4 dividing mixed numbers. 3-4 is dividing mixed numbers. And the fraction of the day is 800ths, which is 25, which is 2 25ths, which is 800ths, which is 8%. That is your fraction of the day, the fraction of the day. Okay, so make sure we're going to glue our notes in kind of toward the bottom here because we're going to have some writing up here at the top. So make sure your notes are glued toward the bottom quarter or bottom third. And again, today's September 1st, 2020. 9/1/2020. And we're going to first start off, before we go into dividing mixed numbers, we first need to find out how to find a mixed numbers reciprocal. So how to find a mixed numbers reciprocal. Okay, this is a two-step process. Very easy, 2 steps. So say I have the mixed number 2 1/3. Okay, my first step that I'm doing, step 1, turn it into an improper fraction. Turn it into an improper fraction. Okay, and we do that with that around the world. Remember, multiply your denominator and your whole number, and then add your numerator. Add your numerator. Okay, so after you do that, that will give you 6 plus 1, so that gives you 7/3. All right, that's step 1. Step 2 is easy. Do it like you do with all the reciprocals. You're going to flip it. So you're going to flip it around. So your denominator becomes your numerator, and your numerator then becomes your denominator, making your reciprocal 3/7. So that's reciprocal. So we need to know that about how to make a mixed number, find a mixed number's reciprocal in order to divide fractions and mixed numbers, because remember, dividing fractions is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. Key thing, multiplying by the reciprocal. We talked about this yesterday, guys. When we were dividing fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. The video was keep, change, flip. That's the action. Everybody knows when you're dividing fractions. But I told you to remember multiply by the reciprocals. When you get into 7th grade and get on, they're not going to say, oh, keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. They're going to say multiply by the reciprocals. So you need to make sure that you remember multiplying by the reciprocals. Hey, bing, that's dividing fractions. So we're going to do some practice real quick because our notes didn't give us a whole lot of practice. So we're going to divide our page into quarters. So you're going to make a vertical line, splitting it. Think of like prime meridian, splitting it in half. And then you're going to make one a horizontal, making it look like the equator. So once you have it into 4 sections, you're going to write, I have 4 problems that you're going to write. One second. All right, so the first one that I'm going to write is 2 1/5 divided by 5 5/8. My next one is 4 2/3 divided by 6 1/3. My bottom one down here, 5 2/3 divided by 4 1/2. And the last one is 5 7/8 divided by 2 3/4. Remember, guys, if I'm going too fast, you can pause the video and replay it. So the first thing that you want to do is turn all those mixed numbers into improper fractions. Whenever you see an improper fraction and you've got to do work, make them all, whenever you see a mixed number, and you have to do some math with it, you need to make sure you turn them into improper fractions. Okay? So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So this is 11 over 5 divided by 8 times 5 is 40 plus 5 gives me 45 over 8. So let's go over here. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2. This gives me 14 over 3 divided by 3 times 6 gives me 18 plus 1 gives me 19. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them and convert all of them into improper fractions first, and then we'll do our multiply by reciprocals. Okay? 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17, so I have 17/3 divided by 4 times 2 gives me 8, plus 1 gives me 9, so I have 9 over 2. And my final one, 5 times 8 gives me 40, plus 7 gives me 47 over 8, divided by 4 times 2 gives me 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 over 4. Okay? Now, my next step is I'm going to do that multiply by the reciprocal. Keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep the first one the same. 11 over 5, change to multiply, and flip that fraction over, and I'll get 8 over 45. And I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them at one time, so I'm to save some time here. So keep the first one, 14 over 3, change to multiply, and then flip it, which the reciprocal is 3 over 19. Here, my bottom one, I'm keeping the first one the same. I'm multiplying, and then the reciprocal would be 2 over 9. And the last one here, keeping that first one the same, that 47 over 8, multiply, and then the reciprocal would be 4 over 11. Okay, so now let's look at these problems. All right. See if I can simplify first. Remember, I can simplify this way, this way, this way, or this way. Doesn't look like I can simplify anywhere. So I'm multiplying straight across. So 11 times 8 over 5 times 45. So I'm going to do my math right here. 11 times 8 gives me 88. And 45 times 5 gives me 225. So my answer would be 88 over 225. So my answer when I divide those fractions, which I multiply by the reciprocal, is 88 over 225. Okay, let's look at our next one over here. Oh, howdy doody, I can simplify. Do you see how there's these 3's here? I can simplify and by 3, divide them both by 3, and then they become 1. So then I have 14 times 1 over 1 times 19. 14 times 1 is 14. 1 times 19 is 19. And I am in simplest form because 19 is a prime number. And there's not a factor in 19 that can go into 14, except 1, but then we can't simplify. Awesome. All right, let's go down here to the bottom one. All right, let's look. So I have 17 and 9. Nope, those can't be simplified. 3 and 2. Nope, those can't be simplified. 2 and 9. Nope. 17 and 3. Nope. So I've got to multiply straight across. Straight across. So that's 17 times 2 over 3 times 9. And I have enough room down here. I'm going to show my work. So 17 times 2. 17 times 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry a 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. So I have 34 there. And 9 times 3 is a math fact, which is 27. So my answer here would be 34 over 27. Now hold the presses. We've got an improper fraction right here. So I started with mixed numbers. I need to end with mixed numbers. So I need to do top in, bottom out. So I'm going to still have some room down here. So 34 is going to go inside. 27 is going to go on the outside. How many times can 27 go into 34? Well, 1 time. 1 times 27 is 27. Got to borrow, and I have 7 as my remainder. So this is 1 whole and 7 27ths remaining. Guys, that's key. If your answer is an improper fraction and you started with mixed numbers, go ahead and turn it back into a mixed number. Make sure you turn it back into a mixed number. All right, the last one we have here. Let's see. Oh, look, I can simplify. Hallelujah. Okay, so 4 can go into 4 1 time, and 4 can go into 8 2 times. I can divide them both by 4 and simplify. So that would be 47 times 1 over 2 times 11. Okay, well, I could do my math, but I know my 11s, so 47 over 22. Again, improper fractions, my answer. I need to make it a mixed number. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to figure out how many times can 22 go into 47. Well, if I double 22, I get 44. That's close, with a remainder of 3. So my answer here would be 2 whole and 3 over 22 remaining. 3 over 22 remaining. All right, we're going to go to our next page, or the back page to that word problem. And it says the area of a rectangular patio is 2 3/8 square meters. The width of the patio is 2 3/4 meters. What is the length? Well, first we've got to remember my area formulas. So my area is equal to length times width. Okay, but I have my area. I'm needing to find the length. So I do the opposite of multiplication, which then is division. So to find the length, I take the area and I divide it by my width. Same thing would happen if you're finding your width. You would take your area and divide it by your length. Okay, so I'm a visual person, so I'm going to sketch this out right here, guys. I'm going to sketch out a rectangle. Okay, and that's going to be my patio. And it is 12 3/8 square meters. So I'm going to put inside 12 3/8, and I'm going to put meters squared right there. So I know that that's the whole thing. That's the area, the amount it takes up. The width of the patio is 2 3/4 meters. So I'm going to put 2 3/4 meters right here. I've got to find this missing length. So I'm going to put L there to take the length spot. Okay, I'm going to set up my equation and put in these numbers where it's going to be. So I have my length is equal to, well, my area is 12 3/4, 12 3/8, divided by my width, which is 2 3/4. So first thing I need to do, guys, is change these into improper fractions. So 12 times 8 gives me 96, 97, 98, 99. So this is 99 over 8 divided by 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 over 4. Okay, now remember, we changed them into improper fractions. Perfect, but we've got to do our multiply by our reciprocal. So keep the first the same, 99 over 8 times, and then flip it, 4 over 11. Now, we can sit here and multiply 99 by 4 and 8 times 11. Let's see if there's a way we can simplify it. Okay, 11 and 99, they're both divisible by 11. So that 11 becomes a 1, and that 99 then becomes a 9. 4 and 8 are both divisible by 2, but 4 is the larger number. They're both divisible by. So divide them both by 4, and 4 divided by 4 gives me 1, and 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. So now I have 9 times 1 over 2 times 1. A lot nicer numbers to deal with. So 9 times 1 gives me 9. 2 times 1 gives me 2. Now I have 9 halves. That's my answer, but I'm not done yet because my question had mixed numbers. I've got to turn this back into a mixed number. So how many times can 2 go into 9? Well, 2 times 4 gives me 8 with 1 as a remainder. So 9 halves is equal to 4 and 1 half. But that's not my answer because what measurement are we dealing with? Meters. So we need to make sure we put meters behind it because we need to make sure our unit of measurement is the same as what the question's asking for, or as what's in the question. Okay? All right, so your homework tonight is 3/4, the dividing the mixed numbers. You have the evens only without the word problems. And tomorrow we are going to be doing a review on multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. We're going to be multiplying and dividing fractions and multiplying and dividing decimals. So we're going to have a review tomorrow. You'll have your review Thursday. We have again, a review on your study guide. And then Friday, you have your first test. So I hope you have a great day. And there's my mouse. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, bye.